don't want to give people a false expectation that because you came and applied with us, that we're going to be giving you a call within 2 or 3 months.
If you're over the age of 62 and looking for an affordable place to live in McAllen, you'll have to look somewhere else.
The Housing Authority officials plan to close their application intake starting in March. Channel 5's Kristen Colon in McAllen. And Kristen, what's the reason that they're at least putting a temporary stop on that application process?
Yeah, Oscar, Dina, I'm outside the McAllen Housing Authority right behind me, where officials tell me more than 200 people are waiting on a list trying to get Section 8 housing. They say that high number is causing them to close down the process so they could focus on those people waiting. It's a typical day for Ambriosa Campos as she waits for the bus to go run errands. Because of her age, Campos says she couldn't survive if it weren't for the government's help.
The bills are too high. The water, the phone bill, electricity, everything.
Campos feels bad for those still on the elderly waiting list and others who can't apply because she understands their need.
It's very sad, and I feel what they're going through. All of us that live here are old, and we save so much.
Luckily, Campos won't be affected by the recent announcement, but those over 62 who might qualify for the elderly program will.
We have no capacity to help any new families until other families are released from the program, whether they leave at their own will because they move out of the valley or whatever it may be. So as vouchers become available, then it allows us to then reach into the waiting lists and pull families from there.
Arnold Padilla, director of the McAllen Housing Authority, says those 200 people on that list will have to wait their turn for processing, which can take nearly a year. He adds if it weren't for this halt, in a year that list would have reached over 600. So what do those interested in McAllen affordable housing do now?
That to apply in other local areas, other housing authorities within our area, neighboring cities, other housing authorities that may potentially have the capacity to assist them. Nothing prevents a family to apply at every housing authority in the region. There is no reg that prevents them.
Padilla says McAllen housing is too expensive for some people, and the type of housing the elderly need is unique. He says another issue the housing authority faces is the lack of funding for programs like this one. Padilla says this hasn't happened since 2018. They plan to reopen it once it becomes manageable, and he says it could be when there's 100 people or less waiting on that list. If you would like to learn more about the process, you could come down to the McAllen Housing Authority. In McAllen, Kristen Colon, Channel 5 News at 6.